Here we are, Wednesday already, Reconders. Denny Grimes coming to you. We just finished the conference in Puerto Rico, and I've still got a few days here of R&R, but I'm not missing Recon, and I'm glad you're not either. Today we have an interesting scenario for you. I want you to pay attention because there's some important words in this conversation, and every one of you have or will have this conversation with a potential seller slash buyer. So you're sitting down at the table. In fact, go ahead, Sherry, give me the control here just for a second, and I want to share so you can see it.
Go ahead.
Got it. All right. So here we are. Here is the conversation. Maybe if I can move it. There it is. The buyers you're working with say, man, looking at these numbers, I don't think we can swing it without selling our home first. So, what is our best option? Now you're working with these buyers. They found a house they like, but now when they look at the numbers, they may have to sell first. So, Don, who's up?
Well, we got Roberts up. He's in.
Oh, he's always in. Ready, Robert?
Yeah.
Here I am.
Mike Brennan will follow him. Thank you, guys. Hey, Robert, gosh, looking at these numbers, I don't think we can swing it without selling our home first. So what's our best option?
So Don, was it in your plans to sell your home in the first place?
If that's our best option, I guess we got to look at that.
Okay. But I mean, was that your original plan was to sell your house, or were you planning on trying to keep the other home?
Well, the original plan was to buy a house, and I guess we were going to keep it.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, if your plan or what you would like to do is to try and keep your other home, our first next best option would be to maybe we reevaluate which home we're looking to purchase. Would that be something that you would want to do, or do you like this home that we're currently looking at so much that you prefer to sell the other home?
Well, I like the home we're looking at. I mean, I want to buy it, but again, looking at what it's going to cost us,
Okay.
we got to know what our best option is. I'm looking to you for advice.
Okay. Well, would it be beneficial for you for us to take a look at what it's going to look like to sell your current home?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. And um, would it be beneficial for us to go ahead and continue to attempt to write an offer contingent upon the sale of your home so that
Oof.
we can move forward with the home that we're currently looking at?
That sounds
Time.
really good. Let's run with that.
Time. Whoa, way to go. A minute 30 got right to that point. Okay, who's next?
Mike Brennan.
Mike, is Kelly back up?
I'm
I
here.
don't see.
Go ahead, Matt.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
see him.
Matt.
Yeah, so looking at the numbers, you know, I'm thinking we're gonna have to do this. We're just gonna have to sell our current home. What do you think my best option is?
Okay. Well, what was your original plan going into this, Matt?
Well, I was hoping that we could, you know, buy buy this house or, a house like this and maybe sell our home later or keep our home. We weren't really sure yet.
Okay, gotcha. So, it sounds like to me that your heart's set on this home, but you're kind of still up in the air as to what you're going to do with the current home. So, if you were able to keep it, would you rent it out, or what were you thinking in that realm?
We hadn't decided that yet. Just, we really wanted to make a move but now that we're, you know, putting all the chips on the table, it doesn't make sense for us to, well, I don't even know if we could financially do it, frankly.
Gotcha. Okay. And I appreciate that concern for sure. May I ask you what your original reason for making this purchase and move is about?
Well, I mean, get a bit bigger home, bigger home with a little more land.
Okay, gotcha. All right, very good. Um, so if we, there are several options, and you mentioned that you're not sure if it's the best option. Do you have options in mind? When you say that, it makes me think you might have already have some things in your mind that are different options.
Not necessarily, no. I mean, I was hoping that you might be able to give us some direction there.
Time.
Absolutely.
All right, Mike. Who's next? One more, and we'll start peeling the onion. Who's next?
Ellie's with me.
Ellie and Don.
Right.
Ellie, looking at these numbers, I don't think we can swing it without selling our home first. So tell me, what's our best option?
Okay. Yeah, this is, can you tell me, Don, more about these numbers and what will make them the right numbers for you at this moment?
Ooh. Well, the monthly payment of carrying both of these properties is a challenge.
So what has changed in this financial since you first been pre-approved?
I maybe the reality of how much this new home's going to cost us, I guess.
Okay. And if we find a way that you can overcome that, are you still want to purchase this home?
Oh yeah. Well, you've seen Maureen, she's dancing. She wants this house, but financially, you know, what can you do? What's our best option?
Would you think that would be helpful for you to understand and for us actually to understand better these numbers if we take a call with the lender and go deeper into these numbers?
This is where I'm going to pause you just for a second here. What I'm a little bit interested in is no one is addressing the question that the buyer asked. What did the buyer ask? Seller
What
slash
are
buyer.
your options? What are your options? What are the best options for us?
No, and no one's talking about that.
Oh,
So let me
in
share.
order to understand the options, that's what I'm trying to depict here. Like there are some options out there, and I can
Well,
say that
wait a minute, wait a minute.
I can say
Ellie,
as I see it, you have three options. Either we go and search another home, or
no,
we
hang
go
on.
and
Ellie, hang on. Sherry, I gotta share again. Sherry. I'm going to share some information with you. Listen, here's the mastery part of it. Okay. You guys are good on your questions and much better than the average bear out there with your questions. But I think the options exist no matter what. What are the options? And so let me just share this with you as a cheat sheet. Okay. So there's a conversation. Mastery level thinking. Number one, can you give them the best option without first giving them their options? As the professional, what we should be doing is say, well, here are your options. Then we can talk through them and figure out which one is the best. That's how I would approach it. Number next. That's what I'm sharing. Share the options, and knowing what the options are is part of our mastery, guys. Now you've mentioned a couple of different things here, which is fine, and I'll give Robert a knuckle bump right away. He said, "Well, maybe we can look at a less expensive home." But I think if you go to their question, what's the best option? Well, do you know what the options are? And as we move forward, Matt, that's what I want them to start to discover a little bit. And then the final point here, as you go through the options, they may want to pick one. But are you going to be willing to go through the pros and cons? They may say, "I'd like to blindfold myself and run around the busiest interstate in town." Oh, great, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to warn them first of maybe some downsides? Matt, what do you have to say?
Well, if you're speaking intentionally to exactly what they're saying, what they're asking you what the best option is. I don't know what the best option is, frankly. I really don't. What were the options you were considering? Let's get those all out. And then you pull out the what else? What else? What else? Anything else? Got it. Okay. Now, before I go too far into these options, if a world existed in which you had to sell your home to make this move possible, would you be willing to do it? And if they say yes, well, you might have now discovered the train track that you're going to go down. But if they said no, 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 I don't know if we'd want to do that, then you can start delving into the other options. Make sense?
So when they come in to
Yes.
sit down at your table and you're going to become their server, their waitress, or whatever you want to call it, I mean, here are the menu, here are the options.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead, let's go into another one. Sherry, keep me at host because I'm
Okay.
going to go back to this in a minute, okay? And
Mhm.
let's go. Who's next? I think Kelly's back, so Kelly can play.
All right, Daniel. Daniel is up. Daniel and Kelly.
All right, Daniel. Looking at these numbers, I don't think we can swing it without selling our home first. So what is our best option?
Sure. Before we get into it, you said think. What makes you unsure versus absolutely positive it won't work? Just so we're on the same page.
Yeah, I just don't think the numbers are going to work for us to move forward.
Okay. So, after speaking with our finance consultant about the numbers and the monthlies, it looks like you won't be able to own both homes at the same time. Is that what you're saying? Pay both mortgages at the same time? Is that right?
Yeah, we're just not comfortable with that.
Okay, I understand that. Now, there's a few options we can move forward, but best case scenario in your mind, what are those options for you? What were you hoping would happen?
But we're not really sure. Could you offer
Okay.
some options?
Yeah, certainly. So, to go a little bit more deeply into loan options like HELOCs or bridge loans, we'll refer back to the financial consultant. There's two things. If selling your home would make this home purchase happen, would you be opposed to doing that?
No, I think that's kind of one of the things we have to do, but are there other scenarios possible
Yeah.
here, or is this the only
Yeah.
option we got?
So if you absolutely love this home, we'll talk to the financial consultant about certain loans, like bridge loans or HELOCs, or we can sell your home. Another option, if you're not entirely 10 out of 10 with this home, we can move on to another home in a lower price bracket. So we can see if you can afford both of those homes at the same time.
Time.
It-
Time. We're going to go to another one. I won't give you. I'll hold off on my other slide of options. Thanks for incorporating some of what we've been given as far as, okay, what options. Most likely, they're not going to know what the options are, but it's good to get that on the table. And I don't know how you feel about this, Matt, but I'm going to tell you how I feel. And maybe I'm old school. Deferring to a lender is the weakest card in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lay that because now you're deferring to somebody else and you're sitting there right now. Now, at some point in time, I can't go into a dissertation on HELOCs, okay? But I can help them with their options. And I have never seen, Matt, you guys correct me on this. I could be like have jaundice on my opinion. In my 40 years, 7,000 transactions, I've never had a seller in this situation to buyer take a HELOC or a bridge loan. Never.
Yeah, and
Maybe that's my thinking. Go ahead.
no,
What do you think, Matt?
yeah, I don't advocate for number one, don't always give deference to the lender. Though the lender's sole purpose here is to tell us this is what I always figure out. I'm meeting with a client today that's just like this. Before we really discuss the nuts and bolts of moving, what can we qualify for? Let's figure that out. That's number one, right? Like, can we qualify to buy without selling? What can we qualify for? Beyond that, I don't need the lender to tell me much of anything. From there,
True.
then it's consulting with the client on if you had to sell this to make this move into this home, would you? And if they say, well, I don't know, what are our options? Okay, well, you've got a few options, frankly. If what is most important to you? Is it making the move or is it keeping this home? Because if they
Yeah.
say, oh, I want to keep this home, okay, well, would you be willing what criteria would you be willing to change on your purchase that would enable you to keep the home? So now you're really consulting, but none of those avenues to pair it off of Denny require you to go back. Well, let's go back to the lender and see if we can rob Peter to pay Paul.
So just to fill in the blanks here a little bit, they want this house. They want the house and they have to sell. They realize at that price point they have to sell. I'll do one more. We're midway through, and then after this one, I'll show you the next slide, the cheat sheet on maybe some of the options. I want you to focus on the options. Who's next?
Tiffany's with me, Tiffany Lord.
All right. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, she's the Lord. Hey, Tiffany, looking at these numbers, I don't think we can swing it without selling our home first. So what's our best option?
Well, Don, there's a lot of options that we can talk about. If you've already spoken with the lender and it's definitely a necessity to sell the home, we can talk about selling it. You will have to most likely sell it with a contingency if you do need to sell it in order to purchase. So there are some upsides and, well, there are some downsides to the negotiation when you do have a contingency that somebody else has to wait on. And we can definitely go into those. Do you just need to eliminate the note? Because another option could be, could you rent the home out to eliminate the note? And that way, in essence, you would pay for it and keep the home. Now, granted, renting has upsides and downsides as well.
How long are you going to talk for?
Oh, sorry.
I love you,
yeah.
but
It's best for you.
Come up for air.
She's the Lord. She can do it.
Take a breath. She is the Lord.
So, yeah. So what she's right. So I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. You're going through some options which are good in your Stephen King diatribe. So I'll give you 30 more seconds.
What's going to work best for you, Don?
Tiffany, I'm so confused. We went to
I
Chat
know.
GPT this morning, and man, just so many options. We don't know where to go.
Time. All right, let me help you with this. Okay, I didn't think about renting. Renting is an option. So this is not exhaustive, you guys, but it is a quick list. So I want you to know the options. You, as the master of this, should know the major options. Number one. Well, this is the house you want, you could certainly buy it. But if you have to sell first, you can go in and offer a contract with no contingency. And then basically that means you take the risk. I'm not going to explain them all, but what my whole approach would be, Matt, I'm going to lay out, here are some options and we'll discuss which ones you like best, right? But number two, you can buy it with a delayed closing, meaning there's no contingency. But you just have a delayed closing. It gives you time to sell. Number three, you can buy it with a home sale contingency. Number four, you can do a bridge loan. Number five, you can buy a lower price home that does not require you having to sell first. Robert brought that up in the very first role play. And of course, there's the golden seller program. Now, there's 6 different ideas and options that I came up with pretty quickly as I'm having a discussion. There may be some others. I'm not saying that's exhaustive, but my approach, Matt, would be laying out what the options are and then letting them have some input of what the pros and cons are and direct them that way.
Yeah, and the only resistance I would give to those options, I would make the buy the home sale contingency either number 1 or number 6, or number 1 or number 7, because renting is always an option if they're willing to take the risk. The reason why I'm going to stack it in the front or the back is because buying with the home sale contingency is absolutely the worst option a home buyer can ever do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, I would just, it's a good
it's
point, Matt.
an option. It is an option.
Right.
It's just the worst one because, just 2 quick things on that. Number 1, the seller is taking their home off the market in the hopes that you can sell yours. Number 2, what happens if you can't sell yours? I'm meeting with a person today that has done this 4 times with other agents, and I've talked to him every time. It doesn't work out. What happens if you can't sell your home for the price that you'd hoped to sell it for, and you're under contract to buy this one? You can't renegotiate the purchase contract. All right.
All right. Who's next?
Next,
Jose's with Kelly.
it's like Jose and myself.
Yep.
All right, Jose. Looking at these numbers, I don't think we can swing it without selling our home first. So what is our best option?
We'll definitely look at all the options, Kelly. Now, You said think. What makes you think that, Kelly?
Well, we just don't believe we can make it work with the budget with money right now.
Got it. Anything else change besides the budget that I need to be aware of when we started this
Let
process?
me help you out here. They found a house that's outside their original price range. This is the one they love. Now they realize they can't afford that and their house.
Okay.
So we take that as a given, Jose.
Kelly, outside of the price, anything else that is keeping you from moving forward with this one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Now, what do you think the best option would be as far as your situation?
Well, I think we could, we need to sell the house before we can even get the one we want. I don't know, can we rent possibly our house?
That's a possibility? What is your experience with renting?
We've never done it.
Got it. Another possibility is to put yours on the market. Have you considered that as well?
We have, yes.
No, there are some downsides with having to sell your house before buying this one. Are you aware of those?
What would that be?
Your offer might not be accepted if you have to sell your house first.
What is that? So if I put mine up for sale, tell me a little bit more about that.
Will we be writing an offer to sell your home first, contingent to sell your homes first?
Yeah, I think that's what that's what we're thinking. We'd have to sell ours first before we can get into the new one.
Right. Now put your shoe on the other foot. If we received an offer once we put your house on the market and we received an offer that came with a home sale contingency, how would that make you feel as a seller?
I think it would depend.
Depend on what, Kelly?
I guess if I thought that the other side was going to sell their house, I wouldn't like it too much, but I'd want to investigate it a little bit.
Right. Okay. And what would you like for me to investigate with this house that you really
Time.
love?
Oh,
We got stuck.
here's, I guess, maybe the way, maybe just the way that I would probably deal the deck of cards. If you ever play euchre, you deal 3, 3, 2, 2, nothing. Anyway, for me, the way my brain works, what's the best option? There's probably nothing wrong with you doing what you're doing. You're laying out options and discussing what's your experience with renting. I think it gets kind of complex, but there's a lot of words in there. It's like if there's just the dish, the salad, it gets bigger. I think I would lay out kind of what the options are and find out and kind of start to backfill.
Yes.
Does anybody else think like that, Matt?
Yeah. So Jeffrey Fisher talks about if you can't convey what you want to convey in less than 3 sentences, then you need to rethink it. Why I'm saying that here is you can lay the options out, but keep them simple. Well, you can keep this. 1, you can sell this. 2, you can rent this. 3, and you just go through them like that. And you can write these down, guys. If you're sitting in front of them, write them down. And then you say, so what if you could have your druthers? I love druthers. I love the word druthers. If you could have your druthers, which of these would you prefer?
I had a druther. I named it Duke.
There you go. But yeah, get them all out there, guys. Get them out there concisely. Don't go through a word salad. Concisely. Here's our options. If you had it your way, which would you prefer?
See, this is how I was thinking about it, is that I was talking to my team today, Matt, and I said, okay, imagine you got somebody who's going through a bad relationship. They come to you, I'm in a bad relationship. What are my options? Go get counseling, fix it.
Mm-hmm.
End the relationship, or suffer through it.
Mm-hmm.
Short of murder, okay? But understand, that's kind of like, those are your options.
Remember the 4 options when you're selling a house? I talk about them all the time.
Oh, let's see if we can get it. Keep it, rent. No, what is it? Keep it,
It's
sell
solid.
it, rent it, blow it up.
Well, close. The four options when you're selling a home, you can
Mhm.
invest a bunch of money into it in the hopes you get more back. There's no guarantee.
Mhm.
Number two,
Mhm.
Debbie, can you mute yourself for a second, hon? Number two,
Oh, sorry.
you can figure out a way to pick it up and move it. But if you can figure that out, let me know. Number three, am I still coming through or am I muted?
Yes.
Yeah, I
From
got you.
okay, all right. I thought I was muted. All right, so number three, you keep it. Number four, you pull the only lever you have control over. So this is no different than that, which is price, by the way. But when you're selling a home, you have four options. When you have a situation like this, there's only so many options. So let's not get caught in the cornucopia of what are we going to do?
We'll have a little, and I don't know if we have the same four options if your buddy's got a bad relationship. I'd have to think about that. Investing a bunch of money in it, I'm not sure that's a good option. So we'll have a little overtime. We'll do another role play here real fast because I want us to explore a little bit and make sure you guys understand why Matt said the most common thing you're going to recommend is the worst thing for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a home sale contingency.
Well, it's the
And
nose. It's the as is contract of advice in this situation. Just like I talked about the home sale content, it's the easy button. The as is contract is the easy button for realtors because it requires no skill or expertise. The home sale contingency is the easy button because it requires no skill or expertise, and it's going to fall apart on you.
So let's do one more, and then we'll get into overtime. Who's up?
Up next, we have Michelle with Don.
Michelle, looking at these numbers, I just don't think we can swing it without selling our home first. So what's our best option?
I hear you, Don. And is purchasing this home still important to you?
Oh yeah. You see, Maureen, she
Start
really wants it.
over. Start over. This is the last one of the day. This is the
Okay.
home they want. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Don, if you had to sell or rent your home, would moving still be important to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the good news for you is we have 6 to 7 options. And have you ever considered either of those, selling or renting?
They have to sell. So why are we even talking about that? Renting is an option. What are the 5 or 6 other options?
Okay. Don, would it be helpful for you if I provided you with the 5 to 6 other options?
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Well, based on what you've shared with me, number one is blah, 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 two, blah, 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 three, blah, blah, blah. And here's 4 to 6. I don't want to run out of time.
You can read it off the slide.
Okay. All right. So, Don, we can buy with no contingency, and I'll be happy to share with you what that would mean. Basically, that would be a long shot, and we could potentially lose the home.
Now you're talking to me where it's
Yeah.
just
Sure.
bullet point it. Make it very.
Okay.
Here are our options.
Here are options, Don. We can buy with no contingency, buy with a delayed closing. We could buy with a home sale contingency, perhaps consider a bridge loan, buy a lower price home, or we could possibly even rent it. Which one would you say would be something you all would consider?
So I'll call time now. Again, um, thank you for doing that. Now, in a real situation, there's something called the power of three. You can maybe go to four. I listed those options up there so you knew what the options were. I would not necessarily think you would have to go if there were like 19 options. Don't go over 19 different options. People remember 3 or 4. But I think when they say what's our best option, I want you to know what the options are so you can discuss them with them. Now we'll go into overtime and have a discussion about that. But I don't know that I would because that's too much for them to remember without a little bit of a break. Matt, you want to say anything before we go to overtime?
No. Let's just go to overtime because I could read off the encyclopedia here.
Right. So let's go over